Hi everyone, it's me, hopefully Skinny, and I'm back for my week, I believe it's 52 update. I did do a video last week, but I didn't post it because a lot had happened, and so I'll get to my numbers right now. Um, my highest recorded weight was 557 pounds. My surgery date, July 24th, 2014, I weighed in at 366. Last week, I weighed in at 246, and this week I weigh in at 246 as well. So I haven't really lost a pound. I am continuing to lose inches around my middle, which is really good. Um, I mean, I've fluctuated a little in the past 2 weeks, but that's because I had my monthly. And so I went right back down after a couple of days. I gained like 10 pounds in like a day and then went down and, 5 in one day and 5 in another day. So it is strictly due to being a girl. So for family members and for my dad, please don't watch further because this is actually going to be kind of, I don't know, things that probably you don't want to know. So if you're okay with sex stuff, then please watch more. So, I mean, this isn't the only sex stuff, but there will be sex talked about. So I've had a really rough, week, really rough. And not this past weekend, but the weekend before, I went out with the guy that I had been seeing, that I met organically. And let me explain. I'm not going to say his name, but those of you on my Facebook know who he is. And he was my gym instructor, and we've been seeing each other. It would have been 5 months on the 6th of June. And I had been seeing other people when I first started seeing him, only because we weren't, really close or anything. And but the last couple of months, I had been getting a little bit serious with him, and I felt secure with him. He was a really good help, like a big help during the time that my mom was ill and when she passed away, and I don't think he realized it because the gym was kind of my escape and it allowed me to work through a lot of stress, and I really enjoyed taking his classes. I'm sure that part of the reason was because he was there and he made me feel confident and beautiful. And every girl should have that. But his classes were also really well planned and they were easy to follow. So I really enjoyed taking them. He is a very good instructor. So our last date was 2 weekends ago, and it was fabulous. We went to something called Pin a Go Go, and we played pinball for like 6 or 7 hours, and we had a really nice dinner, and we came home, and we just hung out and relaxed, and I felt very connected to him, and I had a wonderful time. I thought things were going great. I thought that we were both feeling the same thing. But the following Wednesday, he came over after class and we were hanging out, and he seemed a little distant, but nothing really odd considering that we've never had any issues. We've never fought. We've never been super awkward around each other. That we've always been kind of comfortable, or at least I have. And so I, cooked him dinner and we watched some anime. We played a really weird video game, which I enjoyed, his weird video games. And he went home, and that morning, Thursday morning, I got a text saying that he couldn't do the dating thing anymore and that he was really sorry and he couldn't talk about it. And I was really confused because things have been going so well, and there wasn't any really signs that anything was wrong or that something like that. So I thought maybe he was ill or something happened in his family. And so I responded with, "That's fine, but you need to have a conversation with me. You should call me and don't push me away. I want to be supportive." And he said there was nothing I can do and that he just needed space. He didn't know this, but he kind of sent that text right before a big meeting because I had gotten, which I was really excited about, I'd gotten 2 jobs, and this one was right before getting an offer from the San Francisco job, so I had to go through that meeting and pretend everything was okay. And I didn't think at that time that maybe it was like, like we were really broken up. I just thought, okay, we need to talk about this, see what's going on, you know, and, addressed issues if there were issues, that kind of thing. And then Friday morning, he texted me like 15 minutes before I had a big meeting with the National Geographic's job that I got. And it was a 2-hour meeting, and I had to sit through that meeting and pretend everything was okay. And I focused as much as I could. And later, luckily, they sent us a lot of training documents, so I was able to read them. And um, but anyways, he told me he had a big bomb dropped on him right before he came over Wednesday, and him and his ex-girlfriend argued over something, and I'm not going to say because it's personal for him and for her, and they decided they were still in love and they wanted to give it another chance. So obviously I'm upset. I mean, you can tell by my tone of voice, and but I'm trying to be very logical because um, there are several point of views here that I agree with, and that I feel. One, if that's really how he feels, then he needs to do what he feels is right. But breaking up with me through text and not even a phone call or coming to see me, I feel is cowardly. And I feel that he didn't want to deal with my emotional responses or feel guilty for them. I feel that if he wasn't over his ex-girlfriend, that he should have had that conversation with me, or he should not have been dating me. So I feel kind of cheated. And the other point is, he said he wanted to see where it went with her, but the fact of the matter is he kind of knows where it goes with her. They've already been through that for 4 years. And he doesn't know where it would have been with me, and he doesn't know what it could have been. And I feel that my option was worth exploring as well. I did email him on Sunday asking him to come see me because I really felt that the conversation was needed for me to have closure. And the reason why I felt that way, which I don't have to justify my feelings, but this is the way that I'm working them out, as I do believe emotions kind of impact your weight loss and your success on this journey, was I felt for closure that I needed to have a conversation with him and see him. That having a breakup through text was very impersonal and really devalued any feelings that were there in the relationship. And I'm valuable as a person, and my feelings are valuable. But he chose to ignore the text, and after a few hours, I sent him another text saying that, I had rescinded my offer for a conversation, and that it was obvious that I was the only one that needed closure, and that I wished him the best of luck in his relationship, in attempting his relationship with his ex. So the reason why I really felt I needed that was, even when my mom passed away, I had a lot of other areas to relieve my stress. I went to the gym, and I did cry. But when I broke up with my instructor, it kind of took the gym option out because I go to 3 of his classes. And I really didn't want him to feel that I was stalking him, or I didn't want to feel uncomfortable in the classes, especially when feelings are so raw. And it really hurts when you see someone that has treated you like you're disposable. So, but I wanted to have that discussion so that maybe I could go back to his classes and maybe we can be friends, where at least I felt okay going to his classes. But I don't even feel cared for as a friend. And so for a while, at least, I cannot go to his classes. So that's kind of something I really kind of need to alleviate my stress, especially starting 2 jobs, which would put me 3 jobs, and all 3 of them are 30 plus hours a week. So that's a lot of hours that I'd be working. And to have my stress relief kind of taken away was panic inducing, and obviously feeling all those negative emotions about the situation, I just went into like a panic attack and I passed out. And that happened twice. And I was like, okay, I can't keep doing this. Like, obviously I'm not dealing with this, and maybe talking about it would help me deal. And so I never got that talk, and I just had to find another way to deal, which is basically sobbing like an idiot for a day, and which I feel a lot better about today. I mean, obviously, I'm still sad, and I talked to my best friend about it. I think only two other friends know, and that's another friend that had the same surgery with me, and a newer friend. And so some of my friends are going to be shocked with this because they thought things were going well. Um, so uh, not that that even matters, but um, yeah. Um, so as far as exercise, last Friday I tried to find another hip hop class to go to because I enjoyed his class, so I thought I would try another one. It's not the same, and I felt so white. I probably won't be going back to that class because I can't keep up with all the you know booty movements. And but there's a few aerobic classes that I'm going to try, and there's a class I want to do. It's group strength training, but it's at the same gym that he does a class right after. So I'm hoping that maybe if I go and leave a little bit early, that we won't cross paths. Like I said, I don't want to cause problems for him, and I don't want things to be awkward, and I don't want him to feel like he's being stopped. Um, and there is I might see him Wednesday because there's this 12-year-old girl in my aqua class on Wednesdays, and she kind of really looks up to me, and I'm a little surprised, but I shouldn't be because I do have a few younger women and younger girls who um, look up to me. And but I bought her a birthday gift because she's turning 13. She turned 13 Friday. And so when I found out it was her birthday, I had gotten just little trinkets for her. And I want to give them to her. So she usually comes a little bit early to class. So I was hoping maybe I can go a little early and give it to her, maybe leave before he gets there. So it's going to be timing so that we don't cross paths. But I'm pretty sure I can do it, or at least if I do see him, I could hold it together for a little while. Um, so with breakups, um, we have to be very confident in ourselves because breakups can really play with your self-esteem and your confidence level. I know they did with mine for a few days, and I just want to get my confidence back. I just want to believe I can conquer the world again. And it's you do get it back. It's slow because I'm still trying to get it back. I mean, um, I went on a date last night, and it was not. It's a few days after being broken up with him that I went on the date, and the guy, he's okay. Probably because I'm not healed from breaking up with my instructor, and I can tell that he was very much attracted to me. And so that gave me a lot of confidence, and it gave me a sense of power. We had drinks, and then we went back to his place. And no, I didn't have sex, but this does deal with sexuality. That's why I warned people about it. Is that there was a sense of control that I had, and I really, really used that control, and I made him beg, and it was very powerful in that moment. But I realized that I was punishing him for how I was made to feel. And while he benefited from it, trust me, he probably didn't care. I realized that that was not a very healthy move. And while I was physically safe and I didn't do anything physically risky, like have sex with someone I did not want, um, I was not emotionally safe. And it did probably more damage to me emotionally by doing that behavior than it did making me feel better. Um, because I don't do things like that on the first date. And um, I did it to feel an instant gratification of feeling desirable or wanted or attractive. And those are only surface things. And something that my best friend told me was that no matter how great the relationship's going, no matter how great the other person is that you have to protect yourself emotionally. You have to take care of yourself emotionally because the other person is not going to do it. And why I had agreed with her before surgery is like I switched over after surgery, and I was willing to believe that things were different because I was thinner and maybe more attractive. And she was very much right, is that no matter how great the other person was, because there's no doubt that my instructor is a great person, just the situation and how he handled it was very, very bad and very cowardly. Um, it still hurt, and he could not watch out. And it wasn't that I don't know everything, but knowing the person that he is, it wasn't that he couldn't, or it wasn't that he didn't want to watch out for me emotionally. It's that he couldn't if he's involved with his ex. The person that he needs to be watching out for her is her. Um, so, and himself. He needs to make his choices what's going to make him happy. Um, but it really sucks that I'm kind of left alone dealing with the negative the negative side effects, because he gets what he wants in the end. And um, so it kind of sucks that I have to deal with the negative things. So I might be over, so I might have to redo this, but that's where I'm going to end it. So I hope that everyone has a happy, healthy, safe journey on weight loss. And remember, weight loss is not about a size or a number. It's about getting healthy. And I hope the other side of surgery is great for you as it has been for me. So until next week, bye everybody.